So we've taken on the mammoth task of building a rear-wheel drive Lancer using a Nissan Silvia CA18 motor, and we have 27 days to complete this thing before LZ Fest. I feel like we've probably bitten off a little bit more than we can chew, but that's kind of what we do here on the channel, and we are straight back into it today. So last video, we installed, we basically made a fully custom lock kit for the front of this car. So now we have big steering angles so that when we're on the drift track, this thing will go sideways and we can throw backies and all the good things. We've done the front of the car, now we need to move down to the back of the car. So we're running an MX-5 rear subframe in this thing. So this whole rear end is literally from an MX-5. This is currently what it looks like at the moment. So if you haven't watched the videos of how we did the rear end, go watch that video. It's linked in the description. In fact, do yourself a favor, binge the whole series. It's not bad, if I may say so myself. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. So currently, this is MX-5, right? Usually the MX-5 rear end has a huge bracket that goes to the gearbox in the MX-5, and that's how it braces the front of the diff. We don't have that in this car, so currently, we've got a floppy boy going on the back here. No one likes it flaccid, all right? No one likes it floppy. We want it to be nice and stiff and ready to go. So, we have to get Woz on the job.
I'm good at making things stiff.
Well, Woz has an RB25 FD-RX7
Yep.
with basically the same rear end, it's just like bigger, right?
Yeah, same. It's missing the PPF brace.
Yes.
RX-7 had a PPF brace.
Exactly right, and you did the exact same thing as what we're doing here in your RX-7.
Very similar.
So you're knowledgeable.
The first time in my MX-5, because I changed to a Nissan 6-speed from a S15, I just bolted the PPF brace to the side of the tunnel. But in the RX-7, I tried the same thing and it ripped out. Basically, we're going to mount it to the subframe. Same as what the Nissans do. We'll peel this off, replate this in 3mm, weld our bracket to it, and then bolt to it through the original holes.
That's it. The other very important thing is you have to get your angles right. The pinion angle, so this surface right here has to be the exact same angle as this surface right here where the gearbox is. So we got the digital gauge, which is this right here, this wee boy, and we basically measured the angle here, and then we'll make sure we replicate that angle here. 1.3 degrees basically is where we're at. So but basically Woz is going to take care of most of that, which is really cool. So while Woz is doing the diff stuff, we have a really exciting thing we're going to do, and that is the exhaust for the car. So we've got a big bunch of goodies here that we're going to basically stick together to make the exhaust. Bunch of bends, V-band clamps, reducer because we're going to run a 4-inch tip, and we're running a 3-inch exhaust, all of our hangers, and our beautiful muffler that we're running on the car. So we are going to run one single muffler, not a straight pipe exhaust, because this will be driven on the street, and we want it to sound somewhat respectable, but we will have an external wastegate on this thing, which is going to be, you know, that'll make all the noises when we're on boost. So basically, Nathan's getting to work right now. He's currently consulting with Woz, and we're going to get to work building the exhaust. So skip forward a little bit, the car is now on the ground. We got as far as the dump pipe being tacked up and on the car, starting to look so good. But unfortunately, the straight stainless that we got, we ordered 3-inch, but we accidentally got given 3.5-inch. We've now returned that, it's on the top of my truck. We've got the 3-inch here, but I've taken this opportunity while the car's on the ground to go ahead and fit our new fuel injectors. They actually look like this when they come out of the box, but because we are running them in a CA motor, Raceworks sent us out these adapters that go on top and on the bottom. They're right here to make the injectors the exact size and fitment that we need, and they'll literally go into our inlet manifold and into our fuel rail that we have over here. Then we just change the settings in the ECU to let it know that we've got bigger new injectors, and boom, she should be good to go. It's going to give us way more headroom in the tune. 980cc injectors should be bigger than anything that we need for the power that we're going to make in this motor. I'm aiming for approximately 200 kilowatts, but basically whatever makes on 14 to maybe we'll push it to 16 PSI, but I'm kind of nervous about that. So we'll decide on the day, and I'll kind of chat with my tuner and kind of see what he wants to do. We are killing it tonight, and once again, for some reason, I'm sick. I think it's because Woz was sick and he got me sick, so I'm feeling under the weather, and we have Drift X this weekend, and I'm working there at Drift X. We're taking the E36, but regardless, we're making amazing progress on this car. So Bailey has gone ahead and tidied up the whole body loom. So all that spaghetti is now gone and it runs down the frame rail here. And what we're gonna do is there's P-clips here and we're going to rivet nut those to the frame rail. Just keep it really nice and tidy, tuck it all up and away. And then I've gotten black silicone joiners instead of the blue. And I think you'll agree with me, the black is just so much better. So we'll have black all around, it just makes it a bit more stealth, a bit more tidy. All the injector stuff is done. Everything under the inlet manifold is done. Very much all coming together, which is great. Now we'll go, oh my God. You were so close to hitting the Datsun. But now we're going back in the air with the car because we have the right exhaust material that we need. And Bailey's gonna get to work on the exhaust whilst I fit all of his tires for Drift X tomorrow. So, you know, it's a symbiotic relationship that we've got going on here. He helps me, I help him.
Two-way street.
That's right. So, yeah, let's go. Let's just keep moving. I'm absolutely frothing this. So it's a couple of days later now. Unfortunately, the sickness, I don't know if you can hear it, got the better of me and I've been pretty unwell. We also had a drift event over the weekend, but now we're back into the Fevo stuff, which is cool. It was a sick event though.
It was.
Well really done. Good driving by all. We got a lot of seat time and a lot of practice, especially on the layout that we're actually running for LZ Fest. So is it even called LZ Fest? No, it's called LZ World.
LZ World Tour.
I actually got told off for calling it LZ Fest. It's LZ World Tour. But anyway, now we're at the Wreckers because we need to get a bunch of stuff for the rear-wheel drive Evo, including a door because we have to replace basically the door because of the window that was broken when they stole it. They bent this part of the door right here, so we have to replace the whole door, and we're getting just a bunch of little things that we need to complete the car. Door off. Look, magically just came off. We didn't even have to unbolt it. Magic of YouTube. Make Nathan, who I'm not paying any money, do all the work. He does it for the love. All right, car number 2. I didn't video anything of actually doing it because it's hot as shit out here. But we got the steering column out, which is another thing we needed because our barrel is all smashed up. And with the magic of YouTube, we are back in the shop. We got all the parts that we needed, not just for the Fevo, but also for the E36. So I'm very happy. That was a big wrecker run. $260 later, which I think is very, very good considering we got the door, steering column, a rear bumper for the E36, indicator, a bunch of lights. I actually ended up getting amber lights as well because we got amber corners. I got the amber lights for here because I only had clears, so I'm stoked about that. So we absolutely nailed the wrecker run. But now we're back onto the exhaust. We're going to finish this thing. Let's get it done. So the dump pipe has been welded up by Bailey. You guys saw that, and the welds are beautiful. He is an absolute weapon on the welder, and I'm very appreciative of him. And then we just have this freaking straight length running all the way down here. Then it'll kink up here a little bit. Ow, I just that hurt. Through the diff hole here, and then we're gonna have our muffler in the back here, and it's gonna look super pretty. So we're just continuing on. Nathan's got to leave back home. He lives 2.5 hours away in a second, so he's just rushing to get some work done, and then Woz is gonna help me do more. Hey, you never know. It could end up with me on the TIG tonight getting this thing done, which is a very scary thought because I'm rubbish.
I would abandon my family before I let that happen.
Yeah, I would sell my children before I let you on the
Sorry,
TIG.
Beck, I can't come over never again. Your wife's gonna touch the welder.
That's how bad I am at welding. So Woz had to head home. We're continuing with his exhaust. Basically, don't ignore like this whole end bit because we're gonna cut it off. This is going to go right here, just like that. And that'll be it all tacked together, which is pretty darn impressive. And then we'll chuck some hangers on and then we can put it down and kind of see how it looks from behind, which is sick. So you're gonna tack, not me.
Yes.
This is the clearance we have down here. So I might just have to massage the body a little bit up here with a hammer, which I'm so fine with doing. We have 18 days from this moment right now until we literally will be leaving for LZ Fest. So LZ World Tour, not LZ Fest. I need to stop saying that. But let's go ahead and tack up this exhaust. Yeah. So we think that we have the exhaust all tacked up and ready to go. We're gonna lower it down off the gearbox stand that we're using as an exhaust hoist stand thing, and then see if it currently holds its own weight. So everything's literally just tacked in place at the moment. Exhaust take ages. We want to leave it up to Bailey and Woz to finish the TIG welding. I am going to do a little bit of TIG welding, probably somewhere in the middle where you can't see it, because I want to practice some, and I want to make sure that I'm still doing, you know, a lot of work on my own exhaust. I don't want other people to do all of the work. We're gonna lower it down off the gearbox thing now. Wait, I need to lower this one first, don't I? One.
It's a good start.
Should we do that V-bend up so it doesn't twist? Nice.
Always keep him in the nice chest.
I love that. SP tools and sweet chili and sour cream chips. Yum. Dude, this thing has an exhaust. That's mental.
Leaky one, but
Currently, yes. Drop it down. Is it holding itself up? Yes. Good. give it a little wiggle wiggle. Whoa, look at the fitment up to the bumper. We nailed it.
Shave a little bit.
Dude, no, it doesn't even need it.
No, just back here. The bumper's mint. There's just that excess fiberglass from the mold.
Like the tipped, oh man, that's so good. 4-inch lobster dump courtesy of Bailey. Holy crap, dude, that is crazy. So we're gonna leave it there for the night. Brought the cars in, they're all packed up. But you and I are gonna come back tomorrow morning. We're gonna finish a couple of jobs on this car before this video ends. But dang, this thing is looking so good with an exhaust. Like I told you, this rear bar, it'll change the whole look when it's all one color, but also when it has an exhaust sticking out that hole, and it looks damn good. Ignore the fact there's no flares here. We have to do a bit of cutting. We'll hopefully chuck the new door and stuff on. So I'll see you bright and early, coffee in hand, and ready to go. We've got work to do, mate. See you then. Bye. And just like that, we're back. Still feeling pretty sick, bit lethargic, but the game stops for no one. We've got 17 days to LZ World Tour. So we've got to keep cracking on this thing, man. So unfortunately, in this video, we won't get the exhaust fully welded up because I'm not going to weld it. No one else is here to weld it because they work day jobs, as you do. But we get to see it complete, which is pretty freaking gangster. So everything is all done. Man, it looks so good. Give you guys one more quick look at the exhaust all the way. Kinks up a little bit here just to keep it nice and high off the ground. 90, V-band, 90, muffler, 4-inch tip. Now we get to do the fun stuff. We're going to bring the car down. I want to see what the tip looks like from the back. This car is supposed to be running and driving this week, and it's looking pretty promising if I'm honest. Off camera, I keep doing just a bunch of wee things. We now have black joiners everywhere, and it looks so much better. All of our intercooler piping is all locked off and done, which is fantastic. So I can throw all of the couplings and stuff on that, but I won't do that just yet because I'm anticipating a few more things need to come on and off the car. Man, it's looking so good though. But one thing I have done that we're about to throw in the car is I've redone our steering column, mostly because I just wasn't super happy with the first iteration of the column, and also because as we build the car, we're doing things really nicely. There's just a couple of things I'm like, you know what, I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna redo it because I want it to be up to the standard of the rest of the car. Look at that exhaust, baby. Looks so good. So here is our steering column. So we got the new one from Imlax. That means we have a key now. How good. And then here is the modified part. So that's S13. This is Lancer. Nice big rod here. And we're gonna go ahead and throw that in the car. I know you guys love a big rod, so. Boom, our steering column's in. We've got the key now. Yes, so good. Everything works as it should. And man, this thing just has a crazy amount of lock in the front of it. We'll dial some of it out, it's too much, but it's pretty cool. So freaking sick. So now we're gonna push the car forward from the hoist and see what the exhaust looks like in the rear bumper from behind properly. Even I haven't seen it properly, so I'm freaking keen. Well, would you look at that? How freaking sick does that look? We nailed the placement, which is pretty good considering we were guessing. Well, no, kind of guessing on the hoist, you know what I mean? So that is rad. Ignore the rod sticking down. We need to cut that off, obviously, but we're gonna do that in good time when we pull the exhaust off and weld it all. But like, that looks so damn cool. Just imagine it, all one color now. It's gonna look so freaking good. Exhaust tip size is absolutely perfect. Nailed it. Shout out to Bailey for his insane welds on this lobster dump as well. Like, that is just redonkulous. Looks perfect, fits perfect. I'll show you guys the dump from the top as well. I'm sure everyone's keen to see it. No lobster bends here, just a super tidy 90 degree down, flex join 90 degree. All super nice welds once again from Bailey. So the last thing that we're gonna do before we close out this video is I'm gonna swap this door over so that we just have the whole car complete. As you can see, we've got some lines here because, see how low the car is here? Not good. So we're actually gonna cut out all up here and seal it all off to give the car more clearance. Hello. We may end up just raising the car as well, but when it squats and drifts, you just want to have as much clearance as possible. And then here, we'll also cut some of the door out as well, but the flares all cover that. So you'll never ever see that anyway. It'll all be sealed up super nicely, but let's go ahead and slap this door on. Installing the door on the Lancer was super easy. All I had to do was plug this one plug in, bolt up these 4 12mm bolts, making sure of course the door's lined up, and boom, that was it done. Let's just take one quick moment to appreciate how cool this looks with the door off. That looks so sick. Just seeing the cage and stuff, and it looks wicked. We have a window and a door again. Yay! So easy as well. Beautiful. And this one's a windy window one, and the others aren't. So I feel like maybe I should go to the wrecker and grab the other windy window one, because these doors are lighter, because they don't have all the electronics for the electric windows, but like they're also just way better because all the electrics in all the other doors, they break. So fun fact, on Evos, this part all around here actually is black. So obviously we'll be painting all ours black, and then the rest of the car will go the new color, which you guys will find out in the next couple of weeks. It's a nice straight door as well, which means all we have to do is give it a smash with 400 grit sandpaper before it gets painted, and that'll be all good to go. I have to get a tint put on this window. I have to get the tints fixed on these windows anyway. Luckily there's a guy down the road that does it, so lots to do, no time at all. So that is a wrap on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got a bunch of stuff done, and right now I'm headed home to edit this video so I can get it up for you guys tonight. Hopefully we can overcome our sickness in the next couple of days and keep smashing through these jobs. Literally I'm coming back after I edit the video and straight back into this evening, so it is non-stop until we get this thing done. Crossing fingers that this all goes smoothly. It's currently Tuesday today. This thing hopefully is on the dyno by Friday. Really crossing fingers. It's such a tight timeline. It's honestly like everything is just so up in the air at the moment. We've got to fully rebuild this whole car as well for LZFest, because this is the car we're actually competing in. So I know it seems bonkers, but what they say is you give a man 6 months to do a job and he'll take 6 months. You give a man 6 weeks to do the same job, he'll take 6 weeks. So we've got a tight deadline. We've got 17 days and we're gonna get this freaking thing built. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Share the build with someone that you know. I'm off home to edit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. We got an exhaust. Can't wait to hear it. It's gonna pop flames. It's gonna be fun. Bye.